nice to see every one of you. I cannot tell you how humbled and honored I am, maybe a little bit embarrassed, but so pleased to be in the presence of greatness. I could take a few hours to speak about so many people that I know from the past and new friends too. But could I just have either stand up or wave the organizers? So we have a huge round of applause. This was a huge amount of work. Thank you to the organizers. Please join me in thanking them. Great job. And you know, Excellency and so many dignitaries, I salute every one of your service. But what I want to do most of all, right from the start, is say namaste and namaskar, really. Because, you know, our Indigenous friends just talked about their greeting. I can't think of a better one than I salute the God or Goddess within every one of you. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything you've done in the country of Nepal, in the country of Canada, everywhere around the world. My experiences, and it didn't even have to go to the top of Everest once or twice, just being there in the presence of incredible people from all kinds of cultures in Nepal have changed my life for the better and made me want to be a better person. And the reason they call me Sherpa Dave, I will explain. I'm quite humbled by this. I know I'm not true Sherpa. I have some friends over there who have a cousin who summited with me both times. They are the true Sherpas. Give us a wave. They're over there. You can see them. But, you know, I happen to be in the right place at the right time to perhaps, you know, ensure that some people stayed alive when maybe they wouldn't have. And when you carry a Sherpa on your shoulder, I guess they give you the nickname Sherpa Dave. So here we are. I say to you, namaste, namaskar. And I did want to mention that some people, especially in the Western world, are not aware originally not Everest, not Peak 15, really. It was Sagarmatha, forehead touching the sky, right? And many Sherpas were asked, why did it take so long, Sherpas, to do their own expedition? They're helping so many Westerners for so many years. Finally, they have their own expedition. And they said to me, Everest, she is beautiful. She is there. What more do you need, really? And it reminds me of our Tibetan friends, Tashi Dele to you, right? Chomalanga, Mother Goddess of the snows, Mother Goddess of the world, Mother Goddess of the universe. And so keep in mind, I thought about this as I was going towards the summit, and I've been asked to just share a few stories, and I look forward, we have incredible people here today with us, fellow Summiteers. Maybe we can just turn the volume down just a little bit there, guys. But Doma and Major Chris, I'm kind of hoping you'll be up here for the half-hour presentation. I'll come and watch you. Sincerely, incredible stories to tell. So thanks and congrats for, if I can put it this way, all of you have brought this incredible experience and expertise, these experiences that you've had to this current situation. And I ask you, what is your next Everest, Sagarmatha, Jomolama in your life? And how are you going to get there? At home, at work, in the community, and beyond. Now, just to put this into perspective, and it's too bad the curtains have cut this off, but it's okay. There's the top of Everest here, and when I flew from Calgary with my beautiful wife Jen here, there's about an elevation there, about the height of base camp. That's where our plane was flying yesterday. And if we were just to put this in perspective, we could say, okay, if we were to go out and climb the outside of this building, you see it down there? How many would we have to stack one on top of the other to equal the height of Mount Everest? Trick question. I think there's about 9 there. The real answer? Right there. 1,451.75. If you don't get the 0.75, it doesn't count, right? I know people that have been that close and turned around, and it was probably wise because they may not have gotten back after that. And why? Well, these two know better than anyone, the conditions can be unbelievably harsh. 40 below, 50 below. Jet stream winds that are the same force as hurricanes, right? 1/3 the amount of air to breathe, 10 times the oxygen. We take out our camera to take a picture, our hand is burning while it's freezing. It feels like a different planet. And way back, I'm so old now, the odds were for every 5 Summiteers, 1 did not come back alive. And that's why, sadly, 340 or more people now have actually not come home from Everest. And it breaks my heart to say that about 1/3 of those is from Nepal. They've given their lives hoping to make their family's life better. So I truly salute those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice so that others could give it a chance. But I'll tell you, I never considered anyone working for me, and I always thought, you know, we're brothers, we're teammates. And I only have a short amount of time, so I'm going to tell you about a number of expeditions in a very short amount of time. Some people say, how is it that a little Westerner from the other side of the world, coming from a place that is flatter than this floor, the grasslands of Saskatchewan, how with this useless excuse of a little body could get to the top? Well, my grandfather was Swiss, living in Saskatchewan, and he had this gorgeous painting on the wall. And as a little grade 1 kid, 6-year-old, I thought, oh, I wonder what it looks like from way up there looking down. And if I'm going to climb a mountain, it may as well be the highest one in the world. Right? So as our first speaker, incredible chemistry teacher, said, and so much more, dream big. Because, and this is for the message for the kids in the crowd. No matter where you're from, who you are, anything really is possible. We all know that. And I was taught that when I was just a tiny boy. Even 1 year before that, I saw this picture. I believe it's real. I think they went to the moon. But I thought to myself, oh, I would love to go to the moon. And I thought, no, I'm Canadian. There's no Canadian astronauts at this time. But then I saw this picture. You recognize that one, yeah? Big hero for me. In fact, I got into a little bit of trouble with Edmund Hillary. You've heard that name before?
Yeah.
Near the end of his life, I think something wasn't working quite right, and I have lots of forgiveness in my heart for this, but he suggested he never should have gone to Nepal, he never should have summited, nobody should have tried ever after. And he also broke the little promise he made, which no one would ever break, which is, we're not going to say who got to the top first. And he said it was him. So we know Nepali people, we know Sherpas. I have a feeling Tenzing was up there for over an hour waiting, brewing tea, saying, come on, Ed, get up here. We have to get back down safely, right? But truly, I thought to myself, I can't be an astronaut, but this is the closest we could be to the moon and still have our feet on the planet. So this is where the dream to climb Everest was born. But boy, I sure did not help myself. I was guilty of a miscalculation, ski jumping, ended up ripping, 4 ligaments and more, 4 reconstructions of the knee. Shoulder reconstructed, also other shoulder, and now, lately, the ankle. But I have to ask myself, okay, was I going to let this stop me? And I can't overcome these problems in my life, or do they become stepping stones instead? Well, those stepping stones, actually my education got me to Everest the first time, 1997. No one had, do you remember CD-ROMs?
Yeah.
Back in the day, nobody had invented something like linking Mount Everest to the classroom around the world. And so that's what I did. A little something called Adventure Everest Online. I should have copyrighted it, I'd be a very rich man, but I wasn't going for that reason. I just wanted to see the beauty of the place, experience the beauty of the people. And so we put this education program together with business and the media and the public. And it was my first experience from, Kathmandu to Jiri, walking for 2 weeks, and up at base camp for over 2 months, corresponding with people from around the world, way down here. And of course, my friends down here know it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks on the mountain alone to ferry all the loads up and back, up and back, up and back, and hopefully we get a little break in the weather and we can head to the top. Heading from the top, though, this was an excellent pilot, part of the military, highest altitude record in history, Colonel Casey Badan. He kind of demonstrates the fact that even at the bottom, there is only half of the air. So his chopper fell down as close as from me to the exit sign. Good thing we could, well, you can't run at Everest Base Camp as quickly as we could, got him oxygen, and he survived. So that was a good story to tell. But right after that, I finally got my chance, and this is what it looked like going up through the Khumbu Icefall. And maybe you know, some of our friends over there say, if you fall here, you fall all the way to America. I will not make another comment after that. But I will show you this. A friend of mine on a different team, actually climbing the mountain beside Everest, made a shortcut. And I would love to give you a 20-minute explanation what happened, but we'll take it 20 seconds instead. He forgot to tie in to the line. He wanted to get home. He made one misstep and We don't know how many feet down, way over 150. And 60 of us from around the world got together and we found him. He had completely banged up, as you could guess, many parts of his body. But you know, he's a Sherpa. And it took all afternoon, it took all of us to get him down to base camp. We used my educational website satellite phone. We call it Boston Emergency Room. We say, what do we do with this guy? With problems here, 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 here. And they got us through the procedure, and his name is Carson. His life was saved. But we saw him 2 weeks later as we were leaving Kathmandu. And guess what he was getting ready to do? You can guess. Getting ready to go back, having learned a couple of lessons about not taking a shortcut, right? But he demonstrated this. This is me, right here. My job, even though I was only in support, I was helping in rescues. So he did this. Remember the No Fear t-shirts? A champion is someone who gets up even when they can't. This reminds me of so many people that I have met from Nepal. Facing impossible odds, they do extraordinary things. Things like every one of you. That happened way in the middle of the Kubu Icefall there. And even as just a little Westerner in support, I looked across from Kalapatar and I thought, wow, I wonder if I'm going to get back here in 2 years. Somehow I'm going to make this happen. And so it happened 2 years later. There's, for my friends over there, you recognize, you can see Carson. He's in this picture. Jen, do you see where he is? Right there. Okay? And myself. But these guys are from around the world, many continents, not united in any kind of way. Problems with organization, I can tell you. This is what it looked like heading from, if you've ever wondered, from base camp. This was an interesting spot. It had been flat the day before. Boom, boom, boom. This comes crashing down, and I thought, oh, I bet my friends in Vancouver, what does it look like? So I just brought my camera there.
Considering what I've just noticed on the other side, okay, this is a bad. This is what I have to deal with. One of these going down, and one of those going up.
And this was the last one on the way to Camp 1 that year. There's about 30 ladders. They had everything from flat to straight up and overhanging, and I'll tell you, I would never have camped here because, again, Kumbu is pushing forward, can come crashing down. And he's only 1/5 of the way here, yet he celebrates.
Woo! Welcome to Camp 1, Dr. Dennis.
So we keep going. He was a dream man. And again, I have to short